Hi everybody, it's Kelly from my mini camper van, and I wanted to tell you that anyone could put together um, these pieces of furniture using real basic hand tools. I did not use my table saw, I did not use my router, didn't use my drill press, I didn't use anything. I wanted to design these so that anybody could put these together using really simple, small hand tools. I'm going to go through a couple of them real quick so you know what I used. Um, Bad boy, love this thing. It is a corded drill, but that allowed me to drill some of the holes I needed to drill. You can use a little guy like this, and I did use both of them. This little skill cordless drill. If you try and drill holes with it, larger hole, diameter holes, it may overpower it a little bit. But honestly, I use this most of all just because everything I make is small, because it's fitting inside of a van. So getting this into a tight space is a whole lot easier than getting that into a tight space. And I did use this a lot. The other thing I used a tremendous amount was this Verita saddle square. I absolutely love this thing, and I will have a fit if I ever lose it. It allows you to mark a side and an edge on a piece of wood so that you can continue a cut straight across. You'll know exactly where you are. Get one of these things. You won't be sad that you get one. Another thing I used frequently was a doweling jig. I got a really nice self-centering one. I'd recommend you get a self-centering one too. If you're only going to build one, you won't need the replaceable inserts. But this will help hold your project together while you're fitting it, and it will make your life 20 times easier, especially if you're by yourself. Clamps, all kinds of clamps. Don't skimp on clamps. You're going to find that you probably will need some much longer bar clamps. And these little guys are always worth their weight in gold as well. Measuring tape. Gotta have a measuring tape. Pencils. Lots of pencils. You'll lose these constantly. Get your pencils. I used a real simple pull type handsaw for a couple of the cuts I couldn't make any other way. You can use your small, I use just a small circular saw. Very, very nice, very handy, very easy to use. Not as big and bulky as the other ones I've used in the past. But because the circular saw cuts in a circular pattern, you can't get in and make a nice square cut sometimes when you have to. So I used this to finish out my cuts. Just to finish it out, make it nice and square. Get a square. This will really definitely help you figure out if what you're putting together is indeed square. Help you draw, of course, a square line inside so you know where everything is. Occasionally, this is kind of a nice to have, don't absolutely have to have it, but a good chisel. If you ever need to square up a corner or need to remove some glue someplace, like some epoxy glue that you'll use for the bed frame, you need this. Of course, wood glue, some kind of straight edge, various types of sandpaper, you need a couple different grades, some kind of stain, and old rags. This was my beloved red dirt t-shirt from Hawaii that finally gave up the ghost. I use my Dremel a little bit for rounding some edges. This is a nice thing to have, but you don't have to have it, just to speed up the process when I was sanding a little bit. And a scroll saw or a skill saw. I use this, very, very nice tool. It was not necessary. I used it for a couple little things, but these two items over here are not anything that you need to put together this furniture. This basically is what I needed to put together the furniture.